as below, so above? Are they just as hapless at 5,000 feet? Find out this week on Hapless Heroes.
Is that anything similar to Thieves' Camp?
No, thieves can't do this. Hello and welcome once again to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. And this evening we are changing the scene to several thousand feet up in the air as the airship 11 o'clock Shadow is sort of hovering in place well above the town as the sled is getting moored to it. So we'll start, as we start every week, and definitely this week as well, by introing our party, starting from my left with John. And who are you this week, John?
Tonight I'm going to be playing Basha, present and accounted for.
Fantastic. To his left, we have Francesco as whom?
Tabiasramat. Well, hi there, friends.
And to his left, rounding out our table this evening, we have Phil. And who are you tonight, Phil?
I am playing Arasatra, Ari the Furbolg. And I do hope they hurry up down there. We should be leaving.
All right, so everybody is aboard the airship, and you've been hovering this way for some time now as this particularly impressive sled for an entire town's worth of people to ride in is being constructed from raw materials on the ground.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny is that you have... The party is made of probably some of the more responsible interns of the bunch.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I imagine that this group of interns is probably on duty somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Tabi is probably helping fasten things since he's good with his hands.
Yeah, Ari is definitely stabilizing these cables, making sure they're aligned and in place when the tension is pulled. It's not just going to, break things.
Fantastic.
Basha would be cleaning, but I think he's on the deck and also probably paying attention to what's going on downstairs. A lot of the red shirts have been brought down. There's a lot of people down below, and we are supposed to be waiting for a signal.
Yes, and there's been no signal, and as of so far, nothing untoward going on in the plains surrounding this town.
Okay, so Basha's just cleaning the deck.
Basha is cleaning the deck. Yeah, all of you who are on the deck, I'd just like you to make a perception check.
All right.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
19 plus 4.
Ooh.
23.
Good job.
All right. Is there anybody else above a 20?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So, Arasatra, you're the first to see a darkening on the horizon line from the north.
Like clouds or on the surface?
No, on the surface. Just as you're just starting to see them on the plains, far, far off in the distance.
Yeah, if by cloud you mean a cloud of undead horrors, then
Right.
yes.
Okay.
So we actually see the full
Mass.
Right.
You're starting to see, I guess, what might be the front ranks of something.
How many can we tell?
It's far.
Oh, it's only Arisa.
Far.
Yeah.
Very
He's
far.
the only one that notices.
We're asking questions for him.
Right.
Yeah. Ari's going to turn around and she's going to shout at, what is Basha again?
Orc.
He's orc. All right, she's
Full
going
on orc.
Yep.
shout at this orc. You there. I see the enemy. They're on the horizon.
Basha is going to whip the broom around that he's using and bash the top of it off and make a spear/bow staff thing.
With the broom?
Just the broom.
Fantastic.
And he's going to run to
the nearest battle station?
No, the deck. The deck. And he's going to see what he can spot. I'm going to try, I guess, an insight. Oh, I'm good at insight.
Insight is good for discerning someone's motives, and I feel like you've already got a pretty good handle on the motive of the approaching horde.
My investigation is -2.
I mean, I don't think there's much more to see besides, okay, they're coming.
Well,
We're dying.
They're
like,
coming,
what do we?
and it's hard to tell how many of them are coming. But judging by the width that showed up when it finally hit the horizon line and you could see it, somewhere in the vicinity of a cubic fuckload.
Okay, not Jarrell today. Basha will run and start ringing the deck bell.
Okay. Conveniently enough, there is a deck bell for you to ring.
It should be.
Someone get the captain up here. He must see this.
I believe Pregnard's currently in a bubble bath.
Yeah, so as not to sully the perfect image that everyone has of Pregnart, none of us will be playing Pregnart tonight.
Right.
And we think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
But there
Pregnart is currently unavailable. The room in the adjacent to the kitchen that he's in is emanating sounds, smells, and lights.
So I forgot the current pilot is Jed Dim.
And Zero.
Jed Dim and Zero.
Zero's up here.
Zero's not the captain. Zero's
helmsman.
finishing. Zero's finishing.
Oh, yeah, the mobile
mobile
terrain.
weapon, the transport vessel. He
Yeah.
said it'd be done in
So
2 weeks if
he's-
you worked on it the whole time.
Yeah, so he's down in the hold working on that.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, we could just let Zero know what's going on, at least, too. He is the
But-
ranking member.
Between Basha, was it Arasatra, and then Tabi, who would
Be given.
would you go Arasatra? Would you go tell
This is
Jed
perfect.
Dim?
This is perfect.
Or would you tell?
There's really no chain of command at all.
So I just
Never
I-
fully established. If you can't find Pregnite, you're fucked.
Well, the reason it was never fully established is because it was never fully established.
But I also wanted to just make a random check and see who came up on the deck first to respond, since it was just the three of you in the general area to begin with, because that's contrived and convenient, and it works really well for setting things up.
Yeah, I think Ari is stabilizing these cables.
So-
It's imperative. So she was just telling somebody, get whoever's in charge out here to see this.
So,
But the results of my roll, though,
Well,
striding onto the deck in a full white suit as though he was cosplaying as Tom Wolfe himself, is, well, none other than Arion Black.
oh, of course.
Of course. Hello.
So is this the first time Ari has seen
You've probably seen him around on the
him
ship.
on the ship? Okay.
Yeah, it's... At any point, were you maybe trying to discern what it is he was doing when you had seen him in passing? Mm-hmm. Let's have you make an insight check on it,
Oh, man.
just to be sure.
21.
Nothing discernible, and that in it of itself seemed really remarkable. That he seemed like he was doing stuff with purpose, but it was indecipherable what the purpose of what he was doing really was.
Her interest is piqued. He's certainly among the mysterious members of this crew, and yet she realizes, as chaotic as it is, everybody seems to work together and have their own niche, their own little purpose. She's trying to find her purpose because her gods, the nature of life itself is telling her that this is the means to restoring balance, and that's what she cares about the most.
Right.
So she accepts who is in this crew.
Yeah, before nature is consumed entirely by
Okay,
undeath.
yeah, but so you've dealt with the gods of nature. Oh, wait till she gets a load of what he is.
Does Basha see Arian Black step onto the deck?
Yes.
I think we all do. I
It's-
think that was kind of his announcement.
noticeable.
Does
Yeah.
Basha recognize him as in charge?
Probably not.
Should I do an insight based on
Yeah, you two can
Because
make
that
an
one,
insight.
that one, I would probably
Is
like
two.
for him
I
to
like
know.
how we're all just trying to figure out
24.
who's in charge by die rolls.
Right. Well, Basha would have never directly communicated
With the 24,
Right.
you can tell that he's actively concealing what it is he does.
Okay.
Like, he's going out of his way to make it non-specific what he does. Almost like someone whose perfected the art of avoiding actual work.
Okay.
And still look busy.
Right.
Except that this guy,
talent, I
if
will
he's
say.
actually doing it, this guy is the Wayne Gretzky of avoiding actual work.
Right. And we know that. But Basha is going to walk towards him, point his now like broken broom at
His broom spear.
yeah, his broom spear at the incoming army and say, "They are coming." That's it.
Well, it certainly took them long enough.
Are we gonna be done in time? This is really. I'm a little concerned.
Ari,
My friends are down there.
Ari is torn, looking down and seeing the activity and the combat going on. I don't think she sees any of the civilians, does she? They were kind of waiting to escape and run to the
tunnel.
basket when it was ready. So she's looking down and then she sees, the forest, the landscape being utterly decimated as it's moving closer. And she's kind of welling up with tears in her eyes because the inaction is like eating her up. She wants to do something.
Right, but you also know that throwing yourself headfirst into a horde of ravening undead is a suicidal action at best.
Should we prepare the weapons?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think even the weapons we have on this ship are going to take care of all of them. We should definitely be ready to defend ourselves. And I'll definitely...
What is the range of our siege weapons? How soon
That's-
can we start
Well,
firing?
you know what? Nobody has actually asked that question yet.
Okay.
So now we get to develop the answer to this.
There's
we had-
rules for siege weapons.
And we had
All right,
talked about what
yeah.
we were going to put on the ship, but what did we actually? We put ballistas.
two
right?
ballistas and then like a big harpoon gun in the front.
Yeah. I would say that the big harpoon gun actually is just about the size of a telephone pole that it shoots out, with a equally weighty battleship chain attached to the haft of it.
Right.
That feeds back into the ship like a super fucking aggressive anchor.
That is really cool. I want to fire that one.
Yeah, but there's no trebuchets on here, so we cannot launch.
Because
a
trebuchets are a
90
stupid idea. Who would say that? Anyway,
excuse me?
I think I was the one that said that. Don't be offended by my insulting myself, or do either way.
Well, I mean, it's a balance issue.
Don't look at me. What would you like me to do about it precisely?
I think that's kind of the problem we're facing here.
Is
Is
there
that
any way we could maybe even slow them down? Just buy some time until we can leave.
you want to go towards them?
We can't really move the
We
ship.
can't. Yeah, like there's.
I can fly.
Okay, I mean that's great. That's really cool. I should just let you know, but something tells me that you can't just carry all of us over there, and at the same time, I'm afraid getting back alive. You know what I mean?
Well, I understand. Can I see what kind of terrain we're looking at? Is it relatively
It is
flat?
a flat plain.
Oh,
We're
okay.
talking like Nebraska, like
Okay.
flat, nothing
So it's
going
clear
on.
there's no
Just tall.
type of natural obstruction. There's no type of funneling that we could
Nope.
we could
It's
do.
like tall
you
grass.
can barely see the mirage of mountains in the impossibly far northern distance.
Right. Because if you remember from even like the last episode we recorded when we fought the bonework skeletons, and the main party did, they had kind of come out from the tall grass, like some advanced scouts or whatever, right?
Okay.
So it's like high, like tall grass kind of outside of this town area, but otherwise like it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
plains.
It's the grass would be at something like 5-6 feet high.
right.
And there are
mostly
probably like
around
fields of food and stuff like that too that they at some point would have had.
Yep.
But not towards that direction.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's the thing. I'm kind of at a loss of like how we prepare besides just making sure everything is armed.
Well, so how far away could we estimate they are?
That's a good question. That's something you haven't quite figured out yet, because you can't really tell from this distance.
It's so far that pretty much
Yeah.
all we just see is sort of like the
Do
line.
do we have telescopes on the ship?
There is a spyglass. What is it? But I don't think anyone.
I feel like there would be a spyglass.
Oh, holy
yes.
shit! Tabby is proficient with cartographer's tools.
Yeah, I would.
You can't
I would
possibly fail.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. So
I have delved into many different places and
Yeah.
across the plains I've hopped
Yeah.
over the course of my weird, slightly
Okay.
extended life.
so you're proficient, but do you actually have the cartographer's tools?
I mean, if I don't, there's got to be some.
You're just looking through a spyglass. Doesn't that count as a cartographer's
Yeah.
tool?
Okay. There is no spyglass on the deck here.
I'm going to go look downstairs for one.
Okay, so
gonna-
where downstairs are you heading?
Okay, so I guess Mike's gonna listen to this episode too. I would like to first subtly check if the Lord Captain's room is unlocked.
The Lord Captain's room is currently locked.
Oh well, I'm gonna easily unlock that. Hopefully, subtly
Okay.
with my thieves' tools.
Yeah.
And
Okay, you have.
and muttering to myself
You're
like,
breaking it.
I mean, I know the Lord Captain wouldn't mind if I just borrowed his spyglass. This is for the safety of all of us. I'm not explaining this to anybody. There's probably no one else around me, but I'm just like, I think Tabby is justifying it to himself because he knows that Quinn is his friend.
Okay,
Right, this is
and
important.
I want to let you know that you're committed to this. Before I ask the question, you just didn't think to go, like, check the bridge?
No, I just figured the Lord Captain would
It
know.
was straight to-
Well, we're committed here, so
Right.
you have picked the lock
That's the
to.
fir- I mean, that's the first
Quinn's
place
room.
that Tabby would look is where the sailor and captain would keep his things.
Okay,
Not where the captain stands.
he does have one mounted on his wall.
I like how I didn't even have to check to unlock the door
Uh-huh.
because Tabby's such a fucking expert.
No, and it's a standard lock.
Right.
He's not. He shouldn't have to put like a
Yeah.
seriously advanced lock in a ship
his own
populated
ship.
by his allies.
I can just hear Mike shouting somewhere,
Right.
like in an airport.
Oh wait,
somewhere.
wait! Before you leave, in Mike's, Quinn's, bedroom, are there any trapdoors?
Oh shit! Thanks for reminding me. I can't leave a room without searching it for secret doors. So I need to search Quinn's room now for secret doors.
We are now proceeding to search Quinn's room for secret doors. Mike, please note the level of protest in my voice here as we do this.
I mean, I can't not.
This
do
wasn't
it.
my idea.
You've probably never
but
been in here
rest
before.
assured, we're gonna play this one straight, and we're not gonna let anything serious happen here.
I can't not do it. It's literally my character flaw.
Okay.
So I'll make an investigation check, I guess. Which is funny. I am not proficient in those, and I, probably should be.
Right.
But that's an 11.
There are no secret doors in this room.
All right, I'll grab the spyglass and walk out.
Okay.
I'm holding it very carefully.
All right.
Like pressed to my chest, like
Yes.
making sure that nothing happens to it, doesn't get scratched, or
Yeah.
anything like that, because I want to be able to place this back exactly how I found it before. I'm actually,
Yeah.
I'm even going to close the door behind me and lock it again.
Yeah. All right. So you now have a possibly ornamental spyglass off of.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really
Yourself
test
as
it out inside.
Nope.
There's not really anything
All right.
that far away to view
Good.
indoors.
You have spyglass.
Great. I'm going to come back to the deck and
You
be
are
like,
going to go back to the deck. Yes.
and I guess I'm going to hand it to Arasatra. Why don't you take a look through here? Oh wait, no, I said I was proficient with these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look through here and just like kind of peer out into the horizon towards the
Okay.
black cloud of death.
All right. I'd like you to make a check with those cartographer's tools then.
What ability score do you want me to tie?
That
to
is
this?
going to be. This is a labor of the mind, so we're going to call it an intellect check.
Fabulous. Plus 8
Ooh.
is, oh my god, yeah, 27.
A 27. So you have to do some fiddling with it. It's a little tough to kind of get over the crack going through one of the lenses.
Okay.
But what you do notice is that several miles in the distance, the range is a little unclear because you honestly have absolutely no landmarks to compare it to. It's just a line from one end of your vision to the other, even like turning side to side.
Oh
a
my
very
God.
broad line. Maybe it could be miles wide. It's tough to tell because of the lack of other features of the area, but a line of zombies walking in knee-high grass.
That's nuts.
So you're saying, I mean, like pretty much wherever there is terrain to the north,
Yeah.
it is filled with zombies.
Zombies walking in knee-high grass.
Gigantic shadow over like the entire area of just.
And I'm sure as like one row advances a little further, another one just kind of pops up over the horizon
Yeah.
after it. It's almost just like an assembly line of,
Yeah.
of zombies.
Do we see any of like the big things that we were seeing earlier?
I mean, right now, like, well, I mean, I think
'Cause you
from
could
what-
spot those from a distance.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of, but I kind of have this image in my mind, right? I guess if there are any through the spyglass, that is a very important thing to know.
Yeah.
But from what you made it seem like, it's just zombies right now. Yes.
In knee-high grass.
Okay.
Okay.
So everything else is beyond the horizon, or at least beyond the visible horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's scary. And I'm just gonna like.
You mostly can tell they're zombies by their shambling gait. It's not
Right.
like you have a really good view of the face or anything like that.
I think Tommy's probably gonna slowly lower the spyglass, and you're gonna see this sort of this look of like. I mean, his eyes are just like wide. As he kind of like puts it down, and he says, "There ain't no way we're slowing that down."
So, how long do we have?
That's a good question. I mean, they're just gonna keep coming. They don't particularly seem to be moving that fast. But I guess if I were dead, I wouldn't be in a huge rush either if I didn't have to eat or drink or live.
If I look down, do I see Bonework skeletons still attacking the party?
Yes. Actually, no. Looking down right now, you would just see the first of the Bonework skeletons.
The one that blew up the red shirt.
Yes, you would see it happening if you have the spyglass, because it is about a mile down almost.
I wouldn't be looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you look down, but you don't see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you look down, you would not be able to tell, but this is about the time that they would be popping out of the 6-foot tall grass outside of town.
And we're fighting them. Yeah, the main party's fighting them down below. Yeah.
Should we bring the ship lower?
You could, but you would compromise the cables.
How long are they supposed to be until they're done with the cables?
It was estimated
the
to be anywhere
transport.
between 2 to 6 hours from now.
From now. Okay.
Yeah, it's only an estimate
Yeah.
because right now you're not currently communicating with the ground.
Okay.
Some long fucking cables too. I mean, we're gonna
With-
winch them up
so,
and everything
okay.
like that, but
With-
Not by much.
right.
With his cartographer's tools, and he still can't tell how long it is until they're going to reach us.
I mean, that's not.
Because it's a little unclear. It's just the zombies are walking in knee-high grass.
Yeah, we have some time, but like it's
Okay.
like
I'm just trying to figure
I
out
guess
how,
I'm
like-
saying we're gonna be cutting it close,
Right.
and they need to work fast down there.
What
really-
if we were to bring the ship above them and just kind of sweep?
Sweep where?
It's funny because I started the episode sweeping. I'm thinking of just the whole area in front of us where the ship's getting ready.
Uh-huh.
If we just go and clear like Moses, just like a line where they're safe in the middle
Wait, how are you going to clear that?
with that giant hook.
No, no, we are not
It
bringing.
doesn't work that way.
We are not, and we are not bringing this ship anywhere closer to that horde. It needs to kind of stay here, so that we can hoist up all the people.
Right.
Although I can't imagine we'd be literally towing this thing under us with like mile-long cable. Like I feel like that's like ridiculous.
Right. That's also kind of why I was thinking maybe we should go lower.
Right.
I thought we were like 500 feet above the ground.
I thought we were definitely like, I mean, at least maybe even like 1,000 or something like that. But like that they were probably prepping the cables, and then when the time was right, we were going to lower down and attach them to the airship.
Yes, there's
Sure.
going to be some of that. You don't need the full 5,000, but you want that, and it has to mount at its full length.
Right. Because I mean, yeah,
Okay.
need some strong ass cables to
Yeah.
support the.
Yeah, you'll be able to winch and
Buses.
lower down into more of a towing position where even then it's going to be coming down on a diagonal behind the airship. You can't lift it off the ground, but you can pull it.
Oh, we have I guess, established that it's not going to be able to be lifted by this
No.
airship? Shit.
No, you don't have quite that much juice. Like,
Actually-
for a structure that's big enough to hold that many people, whoo doggy.
That seems like
On top of the airship, what it needs to fly itself.
I wouldn't want to go fucking with the way that this airship works, because I was like, oh man, is there some way we could convince the air elemental to work a little harder? Or can we go capture a second one and shove it in there?
That's not the worst question I've heard.
Like, I feel like maybe we need to make this ship
Yeah.
better. But at the same time, am I really the one qualified to do that? I mean, I'm only 18 years old.
Well, I've no.
I mean,
I'm not an engineer or anything like that.
knowing what you don't know is important.
I have no knowledge of these technologies that you use, but I do know the Earth, and I can affect significant portions of it.
Can you speak primordial? Because that was one language I couldn't figure out.
I don't believe I can.
Darn it. Well, I'm going to go down to, I guess, like, I'm going to go to where the captured air elemental's essence is being harnessed. I guess whatever room of the airship that is. And I'm going to gesture to my friends to come with me.
I would like you to make a history check.
Ooh, I'm proficient in that. 24.
All right. History check is a substitute for a medium-term memory check. Just do you actually know where this is, or do you have to ask somebody?
Right.
But a 24, I feel like if you'd heard it in passing, you'd remember it. So you do know where that is, and it is a sealed tank with no access that you know of to the inside.
Okay, so no one actually maintains this thing. It's just kind
Not
of sealed off.
through
in there.
any
Does it, like-
means that you can decipher.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if there's maybe someone assigned to working this particular station, quote unquote, right, of the airship.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know how much Tabby knows about how all this works. She just knows there's a lot
Yeah.
of people work here. All right, well, that's unfortunate, and I'm not about to open that seal. Nope. I mean, there's probably even a gigantic sign in here, like, do not puncture. Well, shit. Okay, that's one idea. Because I'm thinking, like, okay, we don't want to be moving this airship anywhere, and I don't think that just, like, killing a handful of undeads is really going to solve the problem, because they just keep coming. But if we can fortify or improve our position here, we can get out of here faster.
Is there a stockade or anything surrounding this township, or is it pretty much grasslands up to neighborhoods?
I think we've pretty much disassembled everything
is-
that was this town,
yeah,
too. To
it
build
is.
this.
Okay.
This town, the tower a little bit to the north, and the uniform grass that is growing from here as far as the eye can see.
Could I tell how far the tunnel is from the basket, the sled? From where the people are going to be moving out of?
About 200 yards.
So 600 feet. Well, I can certainly create a mild perimeter, something that may slow some of them, at least directing where the fastest moving creatures are going to be.
Okay, okay.
I can choose any point, 200-foot diameter, and I can exclude areas within that if I choose. And then any creature moving through the area must use 4 feet of speed for every 1, which means when they go 5 feet, it's actually 20.
What spell is this?
This is called plant growth.
So you could just start growing a shitload of plants in this area to make it difficult for the enemies?
Whatever grass and bushes that I see, they just start swelling and growing to supersize, causing it, difficult
Okay.
moving.
Almost to like slow anything from coming in. I mean, it's a good one to have at the ready. I wouldn't necessarily do it now, but I like that.
It's instantaneous, and once it grows, it grows. I can do this 2 different ways. On the spot, or over an 8-hour period, and create permanent, benefits to the land there. It'd be more fertile after that.
I don't think anything's gonna be fertile once the undead get
so
here. But
that's why I figured
8 hours might be a little too slow of a burn here.
instantaneous. I could probably do this about 3 times.
Okay. So in general, what are you looking to do? To grow the grass outside of town higher or nastier?
I'm trying to look at a position that we can at least slow them down
Is there any,
at the critical areas.
Yeah.
there's not
surrounding
really
the-
much of a choke, right? We don't really
Yeah.
have like a.
But if I can make like a gauntlet of sorts from where the people are going to need to travel to the sled and surround the sled.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're looking to grow, as opposed to the 6-foot grass outside of town, you're looking to grow the much shorter, neatly manicured lawns then.
Like super swole
Anything that
plants.
would be within the closest proximity to the danger zone.
Okay. Yeah, there are some very well-made, like Ward Cleaver level maintained lawns that have grown slightly out of control over the last couple of weeks. You know, they're a little shoddy, but you could tell like they were all pretty nice. You know, just regular.
Are these like
grass.
streets, like cobblestone?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to see, because if there were dirt roads, I would imagine theoretically grass could grow through and create in those areas, but cobblestone probably wouldn't work. So
You never know. I mean, you're
I mean,
making
you
them.
could. Like,
you're making
you
them.
can see a few strands of grass poking out between stones.
Right, and you're making literally plants magically grow like super huge.
there has to be plants or vegetation there.
Right.
in order to grow it.
So
yeah.
if it was just like straight up desert, I wouldn't be able to make trees grow.
I
But
I don't hate this idea to make it easier for everyone on the ground.
That's what she sees. She sees there's an objective to get everybody out. It's going to take some time to get this thing fixed and moored and actually fastened.
And if we can slow down the advance of enemies and help our friends below, I guess like have an easier time of defending themselves and the people, like we're kind of doing our jobs. There's nothing really for us to do up here besides potentially affect what's below, at least for right now, right?
Certainly, we're on red alert. Anything we can do defensive-wise on the airship, I would imagine,
Is it?
probably could be done and wouldn't take very long. We're just prepping arms and getting ready.
I have to concentrate. Holy shit.
Yeah, instantaneous, specific area. And then if I cast it over 8 hours, I enrich the land in a half-mile radius.
Because it just grows the plants. It doesn't ungrow them when there's no duration.
Yeah. So what is it growing them to?
It just grows. All normal plants
mean-
in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
So it's
Okay.
just making essentially super difficult terrain.
Okay. So then my questions would be, so you're looking to do like a circle completely around the entire airship and tunnel area.
And he can exclude some areas so that he can make almost like a path for the people to travel.
Yeah.
But grow everything else around it. So essentially, he's creating more of
Okay.
like I guess a pseudo plant barrier
So-
between the people to and the.
How big of a radius are we looking at for the whole thing then?
So they're, would you say 200 yards? Between the tunnel entrance and the sled?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He said it's a 100-foot radius on this spell.
Oh, okay.
So I have to do this a couple of times.
All right.
To make a good barrier.
To give maybe
yeah.
about 50 feet either side of coverage around
Yeah.
the path there.
Well, I might even do a whole one around the sled,
yeah.
except for the area where the sled is, of course, and where
Right.
people are working.
Yeah.
But creating that perimeter only goes out to 200 feet diameter. So,
right.
however much space in the middle, say if I gave it 75 feet or 100 feet, whatever
Yeah.
it takes in the middle, then I'd have 50 on each side.
Yeah.
And then a hallway, sort of a path
A
of
hallway
yeah.
down the middle of you just spamming it down the middle
Yep,
of that.
path of least resistance.
Okay.
For the
And
people
that's
to be able
about-
to tunnel and
yeah,
channel
about
in.
75 feet of coverage
That's
on either side of that.
phenomenal.
So would I be able to do that with just two spells?
I would say, are you doing one entirely around the tunnel or just that covers the end of it, kinda?
It's directed. If this is where the opening is,
Yeah.
I'm covering around that, and then working towards, and then the other one is around.
All right. It's about 600 feet in between the two, so you would have
Right.
to do like 6 more casts, or 4 more casts actually in between the
Okay.
2 to cover the whole path.
I can do it. Where do you think is this going to be the best option to?
I mean, at least where like the transport actually is, and maybe a little further out from that. So it's almost like you have like this almost like a Venn diagram, right? Where you have like these
Yes.
the two circles,
Yes.
they only slightly overlap, and you just carve the path through them, and the rest of it around it
Yeah.
is overgrown.
Yeah.
So that it creates like almost like a secret garden type entrance for them to just run through.
Yeah.
It's nice
I'm
and
just
wide.
saying it's going to cover the 2 points
Yeah.
are further apart than that.
He's saying
for those circles.
it's more like that.
bone
See on my
looking.
margin.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I mean, so it's not
So-
going to give him full coverage, and like because I don't think you have enough juice to cast it that many times. But
I think I would be willing to do it up to 3 times,
Yeah.
and
That-
I would
that's still going
prefer-
to cover quite a bit of it.
I would prefer to have it centered around the sled
Yeah.
and then working towards them away
Okay.
from there. So, it's only going to be.
I mean, that's 600
yeah.
400. Yeah, 600 from the end, but like 400 feet away
Okay,
from.
so there's
the,
there's a little bit of space before you get to the
Right.
door,
that's,
but that's better than
less
nothing.
right, and that's less area to have to maybe cover the just fucking open
Yeah.
ground that there is because, an unconcealed target is pretty much just a sitting fucking duck.
Right.
So this is a great idea. I mean, sure, burn all the
Just-
spell slots, but I think
Just
that's a great fucking
something-
idea.
Something that I can do that I feel like will benefit, and it's permanent. It doesn't go away after a duration of time. Like it just grows up real thick. So we've got a clear hallway and a surrounding thicket that's at least providing some illusion of a perimeter.
At least
you know?
impeding the progress of anything moving through it, like quite a bit.
Okay.
S-
Yes,
still-
impeding the progress of anything moving through it.
Yes.
Still looking at, and that's why there's the hallway. Like if the baddies are gonna come, they're gonna probably be moving through the hallway if they want to get
mean,
there
they're-
faster. Otherwise, they're gonna have to crawl through some of this stuff. So, looking at the horizon, we just see ground creatures, zombies walking,
You just
nothing
see-
flying.
Nothing flying, yeah, right?
Right now, looking again maybe, or it's been a little bit since the
She's-
last time you looked.
She's casted her plant growth and
Okay.
focused on the areas below her, and she's now looking up and scanning. And like, there's a constant look and double take because you want to see if you can gauge any sort of progress and see how fast they are moving. Zombies typically don't move fast, but these things, you never
Who
know.
knows, right?
Okay, so you notice a couple of things. One, there does appear to be something larger in the middle of the zombies, standing about twice the height of a zombie, maybe actually just slightly taller than a zombie, with something very small mounted on top of it. So, like, head and shoulders, maybe a height and a half of one of the zombies. And the zombies are still walking through knee-high grass.
Okay, just so long as I can tell whether or not air superiority
There-
will make or break this.
There appears to be nothing currently in the air.
Okay.
That's good.
Do we have to start lowering the ship to attach the cables to us, or have they always
It's
been
still
attached?
it's still building.
So far as you know, it is still another 2 to 6 hours to finish
Oh, still.
constructing this.
Okay.
So I mean,
well, I would say now 1.5 to 5.5 hours until completion.
yeah. So it's been about 30
And
minutes.
You haven't recently communicated with the ground to know how they're doing.
Right. Is there a method for communicating down?
Ah, that would be the first time it's asked. So, do any of you have any ways of communicating with the ground yourself?
Oh, what's the range on this? Definitely not within 120 feet. So no.
It's possible there's something on the bridge.
It's possible there's something on the bridge.
Well, yeah, the command center of the ship might be communicating with the
Right,
ground.
yeah,
Otherwise,
Bosch-
how would they know what to do up here?
Bosch has been wanting to go to the bridge the entire time.
Yeah.
Go to the bridge, Basha.
Yep. So, do any of you? Bosch will say, "I
Yeah.
suggest you go to the bridge."
Yes. Good idea.
So glad you thought of it.
So, is Jed still steering?
Jed Dim is actually supervising another helmsman right now.
Oh,
Whoa, Jed moving up already.
Yep. Jed is nominally in charge of the bridge. Somebody else is on on the helm itself, but he's kind of, supervising a few different stations.
With his aviators and pilot's jacket on, I'm sure.
Yes. Arion Black is sitting at one of the ensign's consoles, his feet propped up on the console. He's also wearing what appears to be a naval hat at a very crooked angle.
Wow.
On closer inspection, he appears to be holding a margarita.
Oh.
Of course he is, because why would he care?
You look very comfortable over there. What are you going to do?
Well, once again, what exactly would you like me to do?
Anything that's helpful?
Sips more on his margarita. Wow.
And
Could you be less vague?
The indignance.
She's looking at Tabi and Basha like.
I'm not this man's keeper. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, no, it's clearly
scary.
She's like, I see people in action, and
Yeah, I imagine he scares the bejesus out of Tommy.
Oh, Tabi,
Yeah.
Tabi is unbelievably intimidated by Arion Black. Just the mere presence of him is like, I don't get in his way. I'm always yes sir, no sir with him. Like I don't give him any reason to not like me.
Yeah, actually, does Arasatra have any kind of danger sense to her at all?
What a question.
he may be brooding and mysterious, but she understands. Many things are misunderstood.
Lots of loners are out there in the woods,
Well,
A lot of lone wolves.
she knows a lot of creatures that get a bad rap. And if you actually get to know them and know their kind and kind of deal with them on a regular basis, that they are quite nice. And there's lots of things in the natures.
Well,
Very true.
I mean, I'm not nearly so reviled as taxes, but I do get lumped in with them from time to time.
I see.
That's good.
So what do you plan on doing when we are overrun?
Enjoy myself?
As acting captain, are you prepared to?
Arion Black actually falls out of his chair laughing when you say that.
Are you prepared to go down with the ship?
Who would have the dreadfully poor sense to make me captain?
Oh my.
And carries on villain laughing for about a good 20-30 seconds before he catches himself.
While the villain laugh is extending, Basha this is probably one of his first times on the deck, or not on the deck, on the bridge, and so he's looking for a communication method, but I don't think he really knows what he's looking at.
Just mindlessly fumbling with buttons and levers in here? Or
No,
what?
I'm not touching anything. I'm just like walking back and forth while they're having this conversation, looking for something that might help.
Ah, we're looking to contact the surface now. Here's a man with a plan.
Basha nods and asks, do you know of anything?
Well, I suppose if I had to run down there myself, but let's see what we can dig up. He takes his feet off the console, jiggles a few things around. Taps. Hello down there. Hello.
And there are speakers on the ship, correct?
Yes, there are speakers on the ship. But for some reason, all you hear is static coming out of them.
Oh, geez, like something's plugged in wrong.
Well, I don't know the first thing about magical airships, but I can take a look around. Is there anything running out of this? Wait, where are the speakers? I should first ask that question.
There's a pair kind of on the stern wall, one at port, one at starboard, in the back of the bridge.
How is the, like, whatever the microphone device would be attached?
They're just kind of sitting mounted on the wall. There's a faint blue glow coming from the back of them.
And that's what's supposed to be picking up the talking?
It
Potentially.
would be, but right now it's just
Yeah, just white noise.
kind of like it's words, but so incredibly garbled that you couldn't make them out if you wanted to.
Okay.
Let me take a look at this thing, I guess, and just see maybe if there's something malfunctioning, and I'm gonna feign like I know what I'm doing.
Okay, what sort of check would you like to make to do this?
I mean, I'm genuinely trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I just have no idea, like, what I'm looking at, so...
Okay, we'll start with an investigation.
Oh, good. Not proficient in these. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 8?
You're pretty sure they're pointed the right direction.
I'm pretty sure they're pointing the right direction, fellas.
Is this a
And
simple?
lady.
This is just like observation. What are we looking at? Speakers on the outside of the hull, or
No, they're inside the bridge.
Oh. Ari has no idea what she's looking at, but she's trying to connect what Tabi is doing based off of Arion Black talking into this little box, and this horrible, unnatural sound is starting to drive her crazy. The static is not something that she's
No.
used to hearing.
No, and I imagine Arasatra hasn't really heard of Arthur C. Clarke's third law, that sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. It's
Yeah.
all magic to her anyway, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's just more magic to her.
And she looks at it as unnatural.
It is definitely unnatural.
Yes, and it is quite discordant and disturbing to particularly sensitive ears.
Basha will walk over to Jed, point his broken broom spear at the speakers and say, "Do you know how those work?"
Like
He
how
says
you're
that-
using the spear to gesture to everything.
Dear God, no, I didn't build this ship. I barely work here.
Jed, Dim, the pilot?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking Arion Black.
No, no.
Oh, my-
I was gonna say Jed sounds so.
He's gotten some flair after the last couple horrible deaths.
Oh my God! Can we write that as canon? His
personal-
personality changes every time he comes back to life.
Okay, good. Let's see.
That'll help. That'll help.
We're going to take a quick pause here to develop the Jed Dim personality table.
For today.
Yeah. No, just in general. We're
going
going to have 6
forward.
different ones, and we're going to assign them to a D6 roll. But we're going to standardize this because I love this so much that we are carrying this forward. So
Fantastic.
let's see. 1, sultry. 2, angry Jed.
Angry Jed is 2.
Okay, does anybody else have any ideas here?
Yes.
Sad.
Of course.
Mischievous.
Sad Jed.
Yeah, mischievous is definitely good.
Intoxicated.
No,
Just
that's-
because I
that's-
want one.
It's not really an emotional
Mischi-
state.
Listen, man. Mischievous Ted is already mischievous Jed. Although sometimes I go by mischievous Ted. Listen, sometimes you need to take a different name. But I am the man you want in charge of an airship. Let me tell you.
6 should definitely be like actually an actual professional.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Fully competent.
You know, he couldn't be what he is unless he succeeded a bit. So 5 and 6 are going to be competent Jed.
I feel like 6 should be just well adjusted.
right. Yeah.
Like
All right.
nothing scares me, man.
And we have rolled a 2. So we have angry Jed.
Oh no.
So what the hell do you want? You see, I'm trying to pilot an airship here.
Oh my. Jed, I don't know what's got you so upset, my friend.
Upset. You haven't even begun to see me upset.
Ari's gonna pull a bit of root out of her herbalism kit and say, "Here, try chewing on this. It'll calm you down."
He bites the end right off of it.
Well, you
I rolled a 19.
Fine. Okay. Have it your way.
Like a carrot, just
Like a slim-
snaps that snaps it off. Yes. Oh, okay. We're slightly revising Angry Jed here. Oh, yeah. Angry Jed's gonna pilot this airship, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh wow!
Angry Jed worked his way to the top. He's the cream of the crop, yeah. So Angry Jed wants to know.
These giant aviators.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, this is amazing!
And on my side, I wear my short sword named Miss Elizabeth. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna snap into this problem, yeah. What you need to do is you need to go down to the below decks, yeah, and you need to talk to Zero. Yeah. He's gonna tell you to the place you need to go to get the things you need to get to repair these speakers, yeah.
Basha is slowly backing out.
I think the moment he mentioned Zero's name, we all started slowly backing out because Jed Dim is literally spitting on us through his teeth.
Right.
Yes, he is.
Right. The neck vein.
Glistening sweat.
The forehead veins.
Right.
In fact, I think Jed is pretty much just 50% veins now. Soon he will amalgamate into one giant vein.
Just designed to be sad Jed the next day.
Yeah, he's gonna die from bursting his a blood vessel or something, and then he's gonna come back a completely different person. This is incredible. Wow. What a beautiful thing we've established tonight.
So we go down to meet Zero, and Basha's just shaking his head at just how intense those veins were.
He's even got varicose veins.
Right.
Poor guy.
I think
Poor Jed Dim's lived a rough life, yeah.
Yes.
several.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, wait, is it every time he comes back, he's a new person?
Yes.
Oh, good, so it's not just the day. He's going to be Angry Jed for a while.
Until he dies.
I love this
And
so
Angry
much
Jed
more.
is the best one, too. Well, Sad
So far.
Jed dimming is Sad Jed dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be sad.
We should do sad/melancholic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so do we know our way down to...
Yeah.
Yes,
why don't-
Zero's down in the hold. It's the biggest chunk of the ship, really.
I'm uneasy with Helmsman Zero. Why don't the two of you do?
Oh, I got this. Zero, my friend.
Yes, Tabby. What can I do to help?
The enemy is afoot, my dear pal. And
With just a foot?
so far just afoot. There is no a wing yet. And
Oh! Oh, wait, I thought you meant the enemy was a giant foot.
oh my. No. I can see how you can make that misunderstanding though, friend. So we're trying to alert and communicate with the fellas below, but it appears that we're not getting quite the clear signal back from them. And Jed, who seems quite angry, I might add,
I
instructed
prefer
us
to think of him as intense.
like camping or the circus.
Who wired your humor circuit? I don't. Look, if the enemy is afoot, we are fitting to be a bug. We need to act now.
Wow, I really like that.
Yeah.
That's solid. I like that a lot. Okay.
So what can we do, Zero? Like, how can we help? And I'd say get yourself battle ready, but I look him over. It looks like you already are.
We need a transphase repeater.
God damn it!
Transphase duction?
Yes, transphase
Duction infuser?
repeater.
Peter, come on.
Thankfully, we have one. Thankfully, we have a very well-stocked supply closet. We do have one in the supply closet.
Is it the repeating supply closet?
Okay, now okay, that's good. Where's the supply closet again?
It's between ballast 2 and ballast 3. There's a row down in the deck below this one. It's just a kind of a solid row right along the middle of the ship, doors on either side. You'll see ballast 2, any of the ballast rooms have what look like tracks coming out of the door. You don't want those. You want the door between ballast 2 and ballast 3. It has a chartreuse door.
That's all you had to say.
On the opposite wall is a closet with SCABA apparatuses. You will each need one.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're really fucking breaking out SCABA here?
Yes, you need a SCABA apparatus to access the storage closet. It'll make sense.
Do you
Look,
have,
we took some liberties with a few things.
Do you think you have one my size? 7'8".
Yeah, you can
absolutely.
you can polymorph yourself a couple times a day to normal size, you know.
No, we've got from we have a wide range of sizes in there. They're actually fairly compact.
Wonderful.
I mean, I guess if they could fit Stenton, they could fit you, so.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the instruction. I guess hopefully we all make it out of this alive, right? And Tyler's going to do his best to muster a smile, but he's definitely like a little shook.
Oh, you've got this. Storage closet isn't that dangerous anymore.
No, I meant the undead outside.
Oh, by the way,
Wait, did
do
you say
not
any more?
open any of the chests inside the storage closet.
Don't. I'm just going to write this down. Open chests. I'm going to take that advice at
Yes.
face value.
Yes, make sure the chests remain sealed. Do not open the chests. So the transphase duction repeater is in row J.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 300 feet to the back, give or take. Can't remember how high up in the shelf it is, but yeah, you'll find it. You can't
Is
miss
it
the thing.
is it labeled?
Yes, it's labeled in standard project trinary. It's really easy.
Is that anything similar to Thieves' Camp?
No, thieves can't do this. I can't trust them in a storage room like that,
God damn it.
especially around all those chests.
Is it packaged, or what does it look like?
It'll stand out. Trust me.
That's
Everything stands out to me. That's
okay. I might be able to handle this one. It's okay. Thank you, Zero.
Yeah, it kind of looks. So you know Modron forearms,
Yeah.
almost like that, but completely different.
Tubby stands there, looking into the air as if he is searching for the
Or was
answer.
it Duodron forearm? You'll figure it out. It's the only repeater in the shelf.
All right then. We'll be back post haste.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go down to the lowest level of the ship.
To the lowest level of the ship, it just sort of runs just over what would be kind of the beam of the ship. The doors down in that hold are all color coded right along the spectrum, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, from front to back. With there's some tracks coming out of some of them. You are looking for a door that was described to you as chartreuse.
Yes, I know. So I'm gonna go to the green one, I guess,
Okay.
because that's. I mean, but you said it's the whole spectrum.
Yes.
So is chartreuse a color that is in this door range here?
Yes.
Do
Because it's very close to one of those primary colors.
I'm looking at the yellow door.
I'm gonna go between green and yellow.
It's the yellow door.
Yeah.
We covered this with chartreuse skeletons.
It is more like a neon fluorescent yellow.
It really, it's
closer.
like highlighter
There's
yellow.
Yeah.
Hint of green.
There is
Like,
definitely a hint of green.
Mainly
Yeah.
yellow.
Mostly yellow.
So the door opposite that closet.
Yes. So there are SCABA apparati.
What do they look like, Dave?
What do they look like? They look like a little bite piece with two cylindrical tubes coming out either side, sticking about 2 or 3 inches out.
Okay.
It's actually a really compact thing that just sort of goes into the mouth there.
Okay.
But it sticks out on either side. Like, it looks kind of like if you were carrying a bone in your mouth, but not really. Like, it's a little more built up around there.
What are these for? Breathing?
Yeah.
Self-contained. Yeah, it does say on the cabinet there, self-contained above-water breathing apparatus.
And even with Basha's tusks,
Yeah,
they still work? Okay,
it still
good,
works fine.
good.
They were designed to be pretty universal.
Good.
All right, interesting. So we will
So,
each
now,
grab
all
one.
of these doors are maybe at most about 3 feet apart. And you know that this room, judging by the shape of the ship, couldn't be any larger than like a closet.
And what room did he say it was again?
Row J?
Right. Are there any of the doors actually labeled with letters or anything like
No.
that? Of course not.
Between ballast 2 and ballast 3, chartreuse door. Why am I talking that way?
Okay.
So it just looks like a regular storage closet. It's not
It's
300
a
feet
very
deep.
it's a very sturdy door, but it doesn't look like it could possibly be 300 feet deep. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
I mean, yeah, the ship is what, 300 feet long?
No.
Yeah, maybe long, but not even that really. No.
Hold on a second. Now I'm really thinking here. He didn't actually tell us which door to go in. He just told us what row to look in. He told us
No, he told you it was in behind the chartreuse door.
behind the chartreuse door. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
go
But
into-
opposite the chartreuse door was the Scaba gear.
Yes.
Okay, so let's open the chartreuse door.
All right. The first thing you notice is very plainly obvious. It's much bigger on the inside.
Oh, wow.
Magic.
Also, there's no air in there.
This is like a vacuum. Does it just like suck in all the air as soon as we open it?
Bag of holding technology.
Oh my god. So it literally sucks in all the air as we open the door or something?
because
it's an extra
you
dimensional
only
pocket.
have 1d10 minutes of air in a bag of holding. I looked that up. So
Yes, you
it
do.
doesn't contain its own natural air.
It's amazing. Okay, well, we walk in and don the Scaba apparati.
Yes. So if you walk in before you apply the Scaba apparati to your face, you notice that the air in here is very thin.
Yeah, no, I'm putting it on. I'm not
Yeah.
about to waste this precious air.
Yeah.
Well, we can see just fine.
Yes.
Like, what are we seeing? Rows and rows of shelves and
Yes,
stuff?
rows and rows of utilitarian shelves reaching hundreds of feet into the distance and at least 12 feet high.
Wow.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start looking for row letters.
Well, before you guys leave the vicinity of the door, 2 things happen.
Oh,
The
no.
door closes behind you, and it sounds like something crashes in the far back right corner of the room. And that's where we're going to end this episode this evening.
You bastard.
Because it's just so perfect for me to do something like that.
You're a bastard man.
But if you don't think that Dave is Bastard Man,
Or if you do. Or if you do.
or if you really just want me to turn the next episode into Charlie McDennis, then, well, you can find us on the internet and tell us that. We're on such places as Reddit/r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. We're on Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast. We are on both Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. Now, all of those things will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, where you can make Always Sunny and or other good and or bad TV show references at us on our Discord, where we are available just about any day, just about any time, except for, when we're sleeping or doing other important things.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty great. We've really grown the community quite a bit.
yeah, it's a fun, self-sustaining community. It's more than we could have possibly imagined when we started this podcast, and it really does feel like we're just getting started here.
Yeah,
so,
it makes me quite happy just to see all of you guys,
Yeah.
gals, interacting together in there. You're just the best.
Yeah, now's a good time to get down on the ground level. Now, if you really like us, though, you could leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice, and we are on all of them. And from the looks of it, I think Fran might have a review for us.
I got an unofficial review.
Ooh,
Someone emailed to us.
the most unofficial type of review.
So this comes from Tammy, and Tammy says, "None of my podcast players allow for me to leave you guys a review, so I'm emailing it right to you." And that's also haplessheroes@gmail.com, just in case y'all want to send us an email. Tammy says, originally I started listening to Hapless Heroes while waiting for another D&D podcast to update, but over time, the characters going from taking random jobs to being thrust into literally having to save the world has grown on me. The strong egos and types of people in the group of adventurers make for a great time, and you never know how these goofballs are going to get through a puzzle or get out of a situation that sometimes they just put themselves into.
Often.
The jokes and puns get me laughing as I listen, making even the out-of-character banter great. Great job, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, Tammy. You're a
Thank you,
five-star
Tammy.
human.
Five
Tammy.
stars to you.
5-star human.
5-star human being. Now, if you really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon. www.patreon.com/haplessheroes. Is there anything in between there? Or is it just straight to /haplessheroes?
/Hapless Heroes, my bud.
Fantastic. So there you could go and if you feel so inclined, if the spirit moves you, and by no means are you obligated to, but you know,
Any
we
spirit.
do very much appreciate it. You could donate to our Patreon with various reward levels from just a simple thank you very much to
Special Discord roles.
Yeah.
Hell, even the smallest donation level will still get you a flare on our Discord.
yes.
And at the higher levels, you still got those tasteful nudes.
Yep, and we got bloopers, behind-the-scenes audio, the contents of James/Hoblet's notebook from episodes 1 to 100. What else? Oh my God, so many things you can submit. Story arcs to the show. Like we have, I'm kind of ever growing the list as I think of more stuff to give you guys. And there's also a super secrets channel in our Patreon at the $5 level and above, where you can kind of show. It's kind of where I post the bloopers and other things too, in addition to Patreon, as well as we have super secret discussions about how much better you guys are than everybody else. Just kidding.
It's true.
But you kind of
Yeah,
true.
he was only kidding about how secret it is.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's not secret at all
Not
now.
secret anymore.
And if you like us, right now, you like us, Sally Fields and the whole deal, make a spaghetti sandwich. You're going to make a bunch of dozens of spaghetti sandwiches. Sandwich-I. Climb one of your local billboards and staple and or nail all the spaghetti sandwiches to the billboard, spelling out, listen to Hapless Heroes Podcast.
Dude, that's like bread staples of trees taken to like a whole new level.
You have very well availed yourself of the tradition set forth for us by Zach, because that was just
An absolutely ridiculous request.
that was Dadaist.
But at the same time, though, that's entirely doable.
Yeah.
Again, we've offered you so many that are actually legal-ish, and you can totally do.
Yes. Well, there's only one thing that I can do now, and that's outro our cast to bring this episode to a close. So starting from my right, we have Arasatra, who's played by Phil. To his right, we have Tavi Ostermott, played by Francesco.
Well, this is all getting a little weird for me.
And to his right, we have Basha, played by John.
Until next time.
And my name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So long.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.